Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. I'm going to talk about a few other things that are going on as well. Now, I keep seeing more and more people saying there's no growth on the XRP ledger. That's why the price of XRP isn't moving. There is a lot of growth happening, and it continues to happen. We get daily announcements around the XRP ledger now. But these are the part of Wave 6. These are those projects from November of last year. Chat XRP, which is kind of like Chat GTP. XRP for Salesforce. So you see, XRP for Salesforce is an open source data mapping layer from the XRP ledger to Salesforce. In addition to open source Salesforce project, it includes relevant configuration of related webhooks and any relevant JavaScript code to support the integration between XRP ledger and XRP for Salesforce. XRP Passport, this has to do with digital identity. That's going to continue to grow as we watch Web3 build out, as tokenization happens on the XRP ledger as well. After XRP Healthcare, MedLedger is the next healthcare project built on the XRP ledger. It works on bringing electronic medical records on XRP ledger and also enables participation of this data in health data exchange. So there's a lot of projects that continue to build out and grow. Metacarbon, that has to do with carbon credits. We talked about that multiple times in the past. VNX, stablecoins on the XRP ledger, backed by physical gold. We're going to see more projects like that pop up as well. Play to mint NFT game on the XRP ledger. The Shillverse, it's a play to mint NFT game. It provides a mix of classic idle and passive gameplay features and has a Unity game in development as well. Tagella, freelancer, community pool on the XRP ledger. It's an AI-powered talent liquidity pool connecting African freelancers to the global economy. This also has to do with gig worker payments also. Nexus, utility Toolkit connects XRP ledger to Unity game engine. And these are just some of the projects. We're going to see more and more projects as time goes on. But what I noticed about the projects on the XRP ledger, they're based around AI, Web3, tokenization, gold-backed stablecoins, things that are actually going to bring a lot of value to the XRP ledger. So growth is happening. MoonPay and PayPal crypto purchasing integration expands to include UK and EU customers. This is the path forward for PayPal in my opinion. MoonPay announced on Wednesday that users in both the UK and European Union can now buy cryptocurrencies using PayPal. This move will enable us to provide a frictionless experience and lower the barriers to entry to include new users around the world. The announcement follows the two companies launching a similar integration in the United States last month. MoonPay said its PayPal integration in the US is available to 100% of users there. US users could buy and sell more than 110 cryptocurrencies with PayPal as of last month's announcement. And we're going to continue to see that grow out as well, bringing more people into crypto. Chair Gary Gensler at the SEC Gov said the final approvals for Ether ETFs should be coming in the next couple of months. That's the most specific he's been on the timing of the ETH trading products so far. He says they're coming by the end of summer. This goes in line with Ripple's new stablecoin and possibly the Rippleverse SEC case ending as well. Let's wait and see how it all plays out. This comes from Eleanor Tourette. In conversations with Cathie Wood, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong said he met with 12 or 13 different senators over the last few days and that crypto is the #1 bipartisan issue in Congress right now. And crypto is finally getting organized politically. Like I said, crypto's playing a very big part of the 2024 elections, and it's a great time to be in crypto. But then this happened. U.S. President Biden's campaign has entered discussions with Coinbase about accepting crypto donations in 2024. They're paying attention to issues around crypto and are trying to find quick wins to show that they're supportive of the industry, said one source, who works with politicians and crypto industry leaders. They want to show us that they're not the enemy. Listen, they had the last 4 years, ever since 2021, they could have been pro-crypto. Instead, what did we get? We got the anti-crypto army, and they continued to crack down on crypto every step of the way. Too little, too late is what I have to say. Upcoming ISO transition leaves some finance players scrambling. You know, they said that there's not going to be any more delays when it comes to ISO 222. But it seems like some of the banks aren't ready yet. Some of the payment providers are not ready yet. But here's the problem. This is happening no matter what. The BIS is fast tracking now. And I think a lot of the announcements that we're getting around CBDCs in this country and that country are because they're all on a deadline. They all have to be ready for the switch by the 2025 deadline. It's happening, and some are going to get left behind. That's how I see that playing out. This comes from Smoke. Bank of America. Partial de-dollarization is here to stay. Just posted yesterday, and Russian stock market officially announces today that they are halting USD transactions. The banks are starting to realize that de-dollarization is not going to stop. This should be talked about all over the mainstream media news, but nobody's talking about it. Instead, they're talking about what's going on with Trump, or they're talking about the crisis of the day. I think they should inform the American people that de-dollarization is happening behind the scenes, and it's not stopping anytime soon. This guy explains the banking system the best way I've heard it explained in a hell of a long time, and he does it in 1 minute and 47 seconds. You all gotta hear this.
It is my opinion that you do not really understand the concept of banking. All the banks are broke. Bank Santander, Deutsche Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland, they're all broke. And why are they broke? It isn't an act of God. It isn't some sort of tsunami. They're broke because we have a system called fractional reserve banking, which means that banks can lend money that they don't actually have. It's a criminal scandal, and it's been going on for too long. To add to that problem, you have moral hazard, a very significant moral hazard from the political sphere. And most of the problem starts in politics and central banks, which are part of the same political system. We have counterfeiting, sometimes called
He's calling it actual theft.
quantitative easing, but counterfeiting by any other name. The artificial printing of money, which if any ordinary person did, they'd go to prison for a very long time. And yet governments and central banks do it all the time. Central banks repress the amount of interest that rates are, so we don't have the real cost of money, and yet we blame the real retail banks for manipulating LIBOR. The sheer effrontery of this is quite astonishing. It's central banks that manipulate interest rates, Commissioner. And plus, underneath all this, we talk loosely, in a rather cavalier fashion, do we not, about deposit guarantees. So when banks go broke through their own incompetence and chicanery, the taxpayer picks up the tab.
That guy was 100% spot on. And this comes from Morty Party. And you know, That's what's going on all around the world right now. It's not just happening in the United States, it's happening all around the world. The banks are in trouble. And, you know, eventually we're just going to see collapse after collapse happen. And then we're going to see the rise of the new financial system. And, you know, the Fed created all the problems with inflation, and they're fighting inflation at the same time. And we are all paying for it. U.S. economy, unemployment, initial claims up nearly 20% since January to 242,000. Continued claims up 6.4%, reaching 1.82 million. Economic pressures persist, underlining the need for support. Stay informed and stay ahead. And even the Fed said that he admits the Biden admin is overstating jobs. People are just quitting that second or third job that they have. They're fed up. People are losing faith in the system. And you know what? I talked to someone the other day that was trying to, you know, make it through inflation. And they were working a 9 to 5 weekly job. Plus they were doing Uber. And then on the weekend, they were working for cash in a restaurant. And they quit the Uber job. And they went back to just reporting their day job. And the guy told me, he says, listen, I make out better by being on the system than what I was doing, trying to fight to stay alive while the inflation keeps rising. There's better incentives to not work multiple jobs, apparently. But, you know, that's where we're at in the United States. And we see more and more jobs disappearing as well. We're also going to see the rise of AI soon. And as AI continues to build out and grow, eventually we are going to have UBI, Universal Basic Income. It is coming. They're testing it out in some states already. And I talk to people outside of crypto about that all the time, about UBI. And nobody understands it. But I understand that most people don't even know what a CBDC is. Because when you mention Fed Now, or you talk about Trump mentioning how there's not going to be a CBDC, they always say, isn't that crypto? And I'm like, no, it's a U.S. government-backed stablecoin. And they're the ones that are going to be in control of it. And that's what a CBDC is. It's issued by the U.S. government. But people are lost. They have no clue what's coming. And because you're in crypto, you actually understand it. You could see that crypto is the future. A new financial system is coming. All we're waiting for the collapse of the current system. And you also got to be prepared for that as well. I think there's going to be some dark months once the collapse happens. And then all of a sudden they're going to come out of nowhere with this awesome system that's going to fix everything. And it's going to be the new financial system. If that doesn't happen, there won't be a crisis, and we just kind of ease into the new financial system. It could play out two ways. I mean, most people bring the doom and gloom and talk about a worldwide blackout that's going to last for a month. Then all of a sudden, when the power comes back up and running, you'll need a digital ID to access the new financial system. But nobody really knows for sure. I like to go along with what the ECB says, how there's going to be two parallel systems. There's going to be CBDC and cash, but eventually cash will disappear. In other words, we will just see two financial systems at the same time. Let's just put it that way. But no matter how this plays out, as an XRP holder, you're still going to get rich, because all roads lead to XRP. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.